be receiving a nice hand massage because it's essential. I'm on this device a lot. Business, when I first got into yoga, I was a PhD student. I was already into yoga, but when I got into teaching it, I wanted to teach yoga and not be an engineer and work for the EPA and all of this and that because it was so much computer work, tech work, numbers, numbing me, and I knew after years of yoga that it was taken away from my yoga practice. I had to really shift gears and transition from desk work to yoga work, and then from yoga work back to more teaching and desk work and whatever, back and forth, and I felt torn. And it was just a lot of effort and energy wasted or dissipated in that back and forth process. I wanted to be more congruent throughout my day with what I was trying to do with my day. So I thought I'd get into yoga business. And I didn't realize that when I got into yoga business, I'd spend so much time behind a computer and on a phone doing the yoga business. It was still better because even though it was much less money at first, it was aligned with what I was doing. So it was easier to motivate myself and justify all the tasks, and I could more reasonably measure like how valuable it is to do this or that task because it directly relates to my bottom line as a yoga business owner. And versus working as an engineer or whatever, like some tasks the boss is telling you to do, the employer, you're like, you don't see where the benefit is, like you see it doing it differently. When you're your own boss, it's all aligned, and then you reap the benefits of the failure also. And of course, and then also I was traveling and driving a lot around the country. So I had a lot of tension from driving and from cell usage and all that. And so a lot of my yoga morphed into how to release this tension throughout the body. And I was seeing how the tension in the forearms and the hands, the fingers, also in the calves and the toes. And that had a lot to do with driving also. Yeah, don't lose focus there. Stay conscious. Got it. Massage is essential because the tension in the forearms really takes away from the overall well-being. It just the nerves of the arms and they go up in the neck and into the brain and in that part. And if you have a constantly firing forearm muscle that's sending signals to the brain of stress and tension, that's just nagging at you like a little splinter in your mind. So releasing forearm tension is incredible. Calf tension incredible. And so that's so helpful for massage. It really makes things a lot better. So nobody's joined this yet except this person right now. So I'll go for a second. If a couple more people join, maybe I didn't use the right tags. Who knows? Live streams don't typically do well until I learned how to use the right tags. Because I wasn't seeing people do that. They don't use tags in their titles. So I
Oh
was using
yeah.
tags in the titles, and it was kind of hacking that at another
Yeah.
level. But sometimes I choose the wrong tag. So this one I chose skill, which is like a huge tag. I chose biohack, which is a small tag, and I choose relaxation, which I was afraid would be a little bit
General.
unrelated. People would look for relaxation and then show up and hear me talking and be like, what is this relaxation? They want to see a massage video or something. And, which is funny because that's happening. So that's why I probably did it because I was thinking relaxation, but I don't know how much I'm going to deliver relaxation. Other than giving you the idea of, well, I mean, self massage. We have plenty of self massage videos on this channel. I have a self massage product on ninthlimb.com. Self massage is so good. I found that even in the yoga practice, stretching out my limbs and my spine in so many ways, I still had a lot of tension in my calves and my forearms and my tongue and my face and my neck. Some of these, it seemed like the yoga poses were really working out the tension and the stress and the tension, I guess, in the thighs, the legs, the spine, the belly, the arms, the shoulders, but it was leaving kind of the furthest extremities, the feet and the ankles uh, and the calf muscles and the forearms and man, and it's just amazing how much deeper you can relax your spine and closer to the center of your body, your tongue, your brain, really, which is like the best. Because when your brain relaxes and the muscles around your face, all here's the thing: the brain isn't a muscle; it doesn't relax like that. But when you relax all the other muscles of your body, I don't know a better word to describe your brain relaxing, your mind relaxing, your thoughts relax, your
Yeah.
just the overall sense of stress relaxes. Whether that's the brain relaxing or not, don't let the
No.
poetry of the language take away from the point that the you could stretch and stretch and stretch all day and make everything so relaxed. But when you get rid of the tension in your forearms from holding cell phones and driving, and your calves and your tongue and your eyes, these sensitive places, the four most sensitive areas, then your yoga gets much better. Everything gets much better. Your well being, You'd be amazed how much your sleep would get better if you could massage the tension out of your forearms and your calves. And
Yeah, that makes sense for all the muscle activations helped with the twitching for sure.
hmm because there's separation happening in the body. So muscle activations a lot of times brings it back together. Serratus reattaches the shoulders to the spine. Glute medius reattaches the thighs to the hips. You know, if those muscles go dormant, there's space and atrophy and a looseness that's happening.
I feel that.
The
Yeah.
shoulder blades come off the ribs when the serratus is weak, and then the
Yeah.
arms become disjointed from the spine. Circulation gets cut off, all kinds of things. And then a little nervous agitation. So muscle activations have such profound benefits, and that's the
Yeah.
samyama. If you get on the samyama playlist on the YouTube, and I teach some of that in the yoga online right now. But
They're more. They're. It's really dope because I was thinking about that yesterday,
maybe we
telling
do the other
everyone.
hand.
Yeah, kind of talking about it on my podcast. That the muscle activations like transformed my sleep because Ella was saying that she had a bad night of sleep and that resonated with me because I was like that was my week and then I talked to Chris and he said my spine was compressed. I need to decompress my spine. And then I was thinking how in the current yoga program we do some pretty potent activations, but they almost feel like isometric exercises or something, like where you're
Mm-hmm.
like going against the resistance of it versus like the mind sees and becomes the muscle in the muscle activation.
And you do that in the isolated activations, in the
Yeah.
isometrics.
Yeah,
Do
but
that.
just they happen so fast, I guess, in the class versus like I maybe have not practiced them alone enough, the way I do these other ones. Cause like this one was great.
There's more action happening, is all it is. You're activating multiple muscles instead
Yeah.
of laying in total relaxation, isolating a single activation. So one is
Yeah.
a single muscle activation,
Yeah.
another one is multiple muscle
Multiple
activations.
muscles.
Or you can even think of it as it is more, yes, it is more of an isometric. So it's an isometric versus an isolated muscle activation.
Yeah.
So the isometric, it's an isometric. It's still an isolated muscle activation, but it's an exercise, meaning
Yeah.
there's other things happening.
Yeah.
So like if you're sitting and holding your knees and pulling your ankles apart, you still have to use some grip strength to hold your, you
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's still a little bit of probably QL or spinal erectors to keep your back from rounding.
Yeah.
But you are focusing on the isolation of glute medius.
Yeah. Yeah. And my right glute medius in the isolated muscle activations is like at this point my I could do my serratus with easier than my right glute medius, which tells me like now I'm gonna start tapping into that because the glute max activation was my primary go-to.
Yeah,
But I
do
think
two
it's gonna
sets.
heal my squats a whole bunch if I
Probably.
focus on it every single day. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's remember less is more.
Yeah. Less is
Focusing more on it is really trying less hard. Muscle
Totally.
activations you have to try less hard
Yes.
or you go in the wrong direction.
Yeah, that's why nighttime is really
Yeah, more of
helpful
this.
for him. Sorry.
Go ahead. But you can't
Yeah,
lose
that's
this.
where like nighttime where like I can sometimes just like
Don't
not
lose
even
this.
move any of the body to do that. Like my serratus, like I feel like I could just activate it without moving any of the body. I don't even lift the elbow barely off the ground. It's like its own little twitch.
I get it.
I can even see it right now.
Okay, she's trying to hog camera time. That's what's happening. I'm not getting massaged and hogging camera time or whatever audio time. Back of the wrist. I would love back of the wrist. Right? Yeah, back of the wrist. Yeah, all in there. That's great. So this is great. And you know, when you find someone that's aligned with you in the sense of like, you know, the passion about the body, health and well-being, and whatever, then and it's amazing. It's like this information. It's the same thing where it's like the limbs get separated from the body because the serratus, this muscle under the rib, shoulder blade, gets weak, and so the shoulder blade comes off the ribs. The arms feel separated from the rest of the body, and then you have all kinds of restless arms and weakness and just not good circulation, all that stuff.
Wow.
So that's like a guy and a girl, they get together and they're not interested in the same things, and so they do things together, but they're disjointed. So energy doesn't flow as well, and it's uncomfortable and whatever. So it's like
I was just thinking that exact thing.
you follow what I'm teaching or what my mentality around the muscles and relaxation and this and that. She becomes a reflection of that, giving massage. I don't remember that you were being so massagey when we first met. I think I encouraged
Yes, I
you were.
was. Yeah.
And did I take the time to teach you some massage techniques?
I mean, I think that I was like obsessed with massaging you because that's how I was able to get time with you. That was my thing. But you did teach me techniques.
I did teach her techniques that made.
Yeah.
Did they make you better or worse?
They made me better.
A lot better or a little better?
A lot better. Also, you helped me not be twitchy in my body while I was massaging you.
Right.
That's what I was in the beginning. Like, remember my toes would twitch and stuff?
And was that healing or no?
It was very healing.
So I healed you by letting you massage me and teaching you how to massage me.
Yeah. I love you.
That's you see, that's that not being disjointed. That's being united. That's union. That's yoga of communication and relationships. That's what
Yeah.
Ninth Limb is. That's what this brand is, Ninth Limb Yoga. But to get there, this path through yoga is understanding the philosophies, the postures. The ring is pinching my thumb.
Sorry.
The philosophies, the postures, the breathing, the connection with thoughts, breathing, all of the same mechanical ways to get to know your own mind and how much it's controlling your life and your spirit. And from there, I mean, you just keep evolving. And then there's the philosophies and the podcasts and the lectures. Some people are more attracted to that at first. Some people more want the physical stuff. Obviously, if you're on this stream right now, this is probably more the mental stuff and the philosophy of it. But there's physical practices too that make it more real. However real it is now, it'd be more real if it was in the middle of a class, a physical class. And then it would be even more real if it was beyond the class, you were just doing it for yourself.
Yeah.
Right?
Totally.
And that's this kind of yoga also. This
Totally.
lineage of yoga is personal practice, home practice. I don't want you
Yes.
dependent on my classes,
Yes.
but I do want you showing up, show support, and I'll teach you everything I know. And
yes.
as you know everything, I'll teach you better how to do what you already know.
Totally.
Because I'm further along. I've done more reps, so I'm better at it. And then, if you end up doing more reps than me, then teach. You can teach on your own, or I'll help you, in some way, whatever way I know. Right? But you start by putting my recordings on apps
Yeah.
and
I'm excited.
and get me some
Why
exposure
can I have this tablet?
because I use it.
Okay.
And it's the cheapest tablet from Best Buy, so I don't even know what the memory is. It's probably very small.
Okay, then.
And it's relatively slow when it goes to all the apps.
Yeah, yeah.
So its RAM is probably very slow. Small.
RAM.
So rapid access memory,
Oh.
short-term memory of a digital RAM, the RAM hard drive, and then the regular hard drive. So it has 64 gigs, etc., etc. That's the storing the photos or whatever. The RAM is how fast it can access apps and move around. That's the rapid access memory. So the two different memory parts of the computer. They're not the same location. Mimicking a human brain that has a different place for short-term memory, and then it gets stored in long-term memory where you have to, there's different access rules, basically. Being in the same state of mind, whatever.
That's such a trip.
Who knows? Humans are probably super advanced AI. We're already probably AI.
Oh, yeah.
We're just so advanced as an organism by some ET or whatever that's a billion years more advanced that we are the AI robot. To them, you know how we see a robot move all robotically and like it's like a dog robot, but it's like clearly a robot. You could put a dog skin on it. It's going to move like a robot. You can tell it's a robot. We're probably robot aliens. And we move all robotically and think all robotically. She loves this idea. You see? Look, now your hand hogging camera time. She just wants to be on the camera. All right. So, guys, I got to go. The link is in the description. Get involved. Yoga every Saturday and Sunday with like 60 recordings. Kat was just saying how incredible they are. You know that they're incredible if you've been on them. And then there's all kinds of free playlists and stuff on this channel. So comment, share it if you like the information, and I'll try to stream with you all more. Os, J Guru Dev. Praise the Lord.